Okay, this is a brief explanation about the topic imperfect tense. Imperfect tense has to do with an expression in the past. It's also a verb that is used in the past. The difference between the regular past that we know and the imperfect is that in the imperfect things used to happen on regular basis. That is pretty much the whole difference. So, for example, when we are here talking about something that you did in the past, something that happens only one time versus something that happens on regular basis and over and over. For example, so if we are, let's say you fell from a tree versus you used to you used to fall from your bike. So this is the difference. So in Spanish is the aba. So when you see the aba, think about things that happen constantly. So when we finish in AR, all the verbs like hablar becomes hablaba, right? Remember, you eliminate the air, and hablaba means I used to talk. Soñar, which would be soñaba, I used to dream. Like cantar, cantaba, I used to sing. So when you say I sang versus I used to sing in Spanish, you say yo canté, which is different than yo cantaba. Cantaba. That's the difference between both. One just happened in one time, and this one happens on regular times, on several times. Now, but this is for the ones that finish in AR. So, yo cantaba, tú cantabas, él cantaba, and here would be cantábamos nosotros, right? You all, they are, cantaban. So look at the difference. So when you see any verb that finish in AR, that finish in any of these conjugation forms, then you will realize that this is an imperfect past, something that happened in the past. Now, this is with AR. Now, with IR versus ER, it becomes IA. So, let's say comer, the verb comer. Comer, you replace this ER, you replace it for IA. So, yo comía. I used to eat. Yo comía carne. I used to eat meat. Or yo comía pescado, etc. Now, dormir. When I was a child, yo dormía hasta until las 10 de la mañana. So this is the difference between those two. So when you see it ia, now how do we conjugate that ia? Yo dormía, tú dormías, él dormía, nosotros míamos, ustedes y ellos dormían. So look at that difference, and then you will be able to then uh, respond successfully to the questions or to the uh, phrases that are asked here. For example, here we said that mis hermanos, that's they, comprar, algodón de azúcar. So, mis hermanos siempre is unnecessary, it means always, but said compraban, and remember it uses the N because it's mis hermanos, algodón de azúcar. So in this case, when we talk about yo, so we could say like yo montaba en el carrusel. Eh, Just mi padre is third person, so you can check mi padre and there conducir. Watch that finishing in IR, so mi padre con I'm sorry, what? Conducía, right? Mal el carro chocón. Continue working on that. Make sure that you will identify carefully. In this case, you will make sure that you identify carefully what form. This is third person. This is we. First person in plural. We. And so you identify the person and you identify the verb if it's finishing AR or in ER and see the difference. So with that in mind, you will gonna work on these two assignments. Now the other assignments that we have here is very simple as well. Is putting together, and you will translate. You will translate here the the sentence. First of all, we got the verb montar, montar a caballo in present tense. Yo monto caballo in present tense. Yo monté past tense. Yo montaba in perfect tense. So, what is each translation for each of them? So, conducir, what it means, what does it mean? Conducir un carro, etc. So, these are all the pretty much details that you have to take into consideration to respond to M30 and M31.